is just like summertime with the ear pods in, walking in New York City. You know what I mean? Just letting it beat.
Playlist today, Jay, coming out of breaks. It's all the summertime cookout. Are you cookout or barbecue? Which one is it? What do you call it, Jay?
From the Northeast, it's a barbecue.
It's a cookout. Am I
from the Northeast? It's a barbecue.
I'm from DC.
It's a cookout. It's not a barbecue.
Jay, you're from the Northeast. It's a barbecue.
It's a cookout.
It's a cookout in the South. Come on, Jay.
I guess I'm technically below the Mason Dixon.
It's a cookout.
This is so cultural.
It's not a cookout thing. No. It's regional.
It's regional.
No, Alan, I've never. I gotta be honest. With the friends I was raised with, I've never had the homies be like, "Yo, come over to the barbecue."
Yeah,
it's always like, "Yo, let's play some spades at the cookout."
Yeah. Yates said cookout. Yates is Philly.
Yeah, it's cookout all day, every day. There's no such thing as a barbecue.
What do you mean there's no such thing?
He said barbecue.
What do you
get barbecue at the cookout?
Right, that's what I said. You got barbecue at the cookout.
All right, fine. All right, I guess I'm wrong again.
Are you mad?
I just know.
At the barbecue.
I just
know.
What
kind of games you play at the barbecue, Alan?
I don't play any damn games.
Cornhole.
You don't play any games at the barbecue?
No, I'm not that guy.
What guy? That's what I'm trying to say. What do you guys do as entertainment at the barbecue?
You just play some music, you hang out. Like that's what you do.
See, come on, we playing tunk, we playing big whist.
I don't need to play
playing
games.
spades. You need to know this stuff, Alan.
I need to know this stuff. What am I, a kid? I'm learning now.
Well, you're always learning. We're always getting
the grill going. We got music going. That's summer music. We're playing summer music all day, which has been great all morning. I love it. But I mean, that's all we do. I don't need to have a game to entertain myself.
Wow. It's not like Monopoly. It's like social games.
Maybe
although I'm a huge fan of like Heads Up and like all those kind of games where you got to act it out. Like my family.
Well, I got kids, so okay, we have to play games.
No, but we don't have little kids. We got like adult family. Nobody really has little kids yet. But I love those kind of games. I would play a bootleg version with my family. Bring out the note cards, write family members' names on it, and then you have to act like the family member at Christmas time. Oh, it is a riot.
You see, Monica, I love that because you got the nuclear family. Let me tell you, my family was like, you know what? You kids, y'all just go run around in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
We playing spades right now. I ain't got time.
Send you away.
My dad having a cigarette, and it's just how it is.
That's an image. I just thought of an image. That's definitely an image.
Go climb a tree, boy. Right. Go play in the creek.
Exactly.
That's how my parents talk.
Play in the creek. What? Thin now? You're down in Mississippi. Go play in the creek.
No, I played in the creek. Throw rocks in the creek. Finding bodies in the creek.
Oh wow.
All the things.
Oh wait.
What?
It's
like the games you play when you're a kid.
That's hilarious. The middle ground.
Bodies.
I heard that. We're gonna move past that.
Y'all want to see a
the
dead
middle
body?
ground between the barbecue and the cookout. This is the solution. You can say, "Yo, come over. We're throwing food on the grill." Like that's the middle ground to me between cookout and barbecue.
I guess. I mean, I don't.
Would you say that though?
I don't say, "Hey, we're having a barbecue." Like,
no, but would you say? Would you say we put
coming over
on the grill?
I'll get put some stuff on the grill. Yeah.
So you would say that. That's what I'm saying. That's the middle ground because I wouldn't say I'm having a barbecue.
But here's the difference, though, Monica.
I thought cookout.
Like Al, let me tell you. Did you have that one uncle that just had the Bluetooth on and had the Bluetooth in the ear, but no calls are going on? The shades,
it's blinking.
It had the drink in the red cup, and the pants that just were awkward. Like, did you have one of those uncles that always was in control of the cookout, the grill?
I do have an uncle. He doesn't drink.
Thank you,
but
Monica.
I do have the uncle that is like. But when my uncle throw down, when he called and say he got food on the grill and crabs,
get out of the way. Everybody, get out of the way.
The rest of my day is canceled.
All day long. See, that's what I'm talking. Alan, you need to have one of those uncles in your life.
I don't.
And he's my uncle. He's not my real uncle. I just been calling him Uncle Alan for the longest time. He's not my real uncle.
Right. That's the other thing, though, is you had that. You have that in your family. I read that in your book. That's hysterical. They weren't even related to you, but you called them uncle or aunt. It didn't matter.
All day.
I love that.
Extended family, man. That's what we do.
I felt like I had been completely fleeced when I grew up and realized that my aunts were my mom's best friends and we were not actually related.
You didn't realize that?
That's how my family. Your best friend from college? What? Of course, I will proceed the tradition when I have kids.
Yeah, exactly. We do the same thing now.
Brought to you by Capital One with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts and an app that lets you bank anytime, anywhere with your aunt and uncle. Choose Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. Capital One NA, member FDIC. Let's hear from Uncle Adam. Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, who did his usual media address right before the NBA Finals, talked about a bunch of different topics, including, of course, the shortened season, 72 games, but yet crammed into the December schedule, December through where we are now, July, where normally this is free agency, right, guys? Like normally this is, we are starting to figure out who's going where in free agency. The draft's already happened. Neither has happened yet because we're only in the NBA Finals. And Adam Silver talked about how the injuries, the 10 All-Stars that were lost in the playoffs for at least one game, and the concerns about what LeBron said about how this schedule and the quick turnaround was not good for the league. Adam Silver said, not sure if this is a good thing for the league, but is load management working? Take a listen.
Been a lot of discussion around the injuries. Putting aside the specific data for a second, I have no doubt that the additional stress, again, physical and emotional on them, contributes to injuries. None of it is an exact science. It's something that even pre-COVID, as you all know, we were very focused on at the league. We put people in place to focus exclusively on injury prevention. Precisely why we have the injuries we do is still unclear to us. It's something that we'll continue to study in the off season. The trend line, unfortunately, has been going up for the last several years, and that's despite the tremendous additional resources our teams have put into injury prevention, the brand new practice facilities located throughout the league, the state-of-the-art equipment. It's horrific, and it's something that, of course, takes away from the competition.
Jay, what do you think of what he said there and the reference he made to load management and questioning whether or not resting is actually working?
It was fascinating, and I spent time with Adam. Adam is very thorough and very researched. And, listening to him kind of brought me back to a space, and I'd be curious to get both of your opinions on this too. So for me, growing up, I played a ton of different sports. I didn't really start playing basketball full time until my sophomore, junior year of high school. Like I played AAU, obviously, but I was also doing other things. And then when sophomore, junior year, it started to get really serious. I started putting in the time and the trainer, obviously going to Duke and then going to the league. But, now when I meet kids, like, who are specializing in this type of training, it starts so much earlier. And it's 24/7, 365. So it makes me think, as we watch this new age, this new crop of athletes that are obviously playing at a high level, but, like Luka is playing for Slovenia right now. Right? Like they just won.
Yeah.
Like, so he just finished a brutal season where he was injured, but then he went and he repped his country. And I get that. You always rep your country, but the amount of basketball and the style in which guys train, it starts so much younger. That has to have some kind of cumulative effect.
It's funny. So circa 2012, 2013, I used to write a air quotes around column for the high school sports section in the Post. And I remember doing a piece on cross training and this idea that playing multiple sports strengthens you in totality because different muscles are being used differently, as opposed to the specializing, which Jay has talked about. But then on top of that, I remember talking to coaches, particularly on the boys' high school side, they loved football players that played basketball. Like there was just a different toughness to them. Now, obviously NFL and NBA can't coexist, but I do wonder what the next level of science in terms of rest and restorative practices. We just had Amari on. Like he jokes about that wine bath, but guys are getting more creative and innovative and willing to spend big time money in terms of taking care of their bodies and their total being. But the one point that I will say that I heard from Adam there that's also interesting is the mental and emotional toll too. Like we're coming off, I don't think the pandemic can be undersold in terms of the weight when you look at it, again, in that word totality, not just physically, but all of the tolls that we've all been dealing with in the last couple of years.
Everybody had to make an adjustment, there's no doubt, and not everybody is comfortable doing that, and everybody deals with it in different ways, and being in the bubble, as we saw with several players, some guys just needed that break from the bubble. Some guys needed lemon pepper wings as well.
Still,
I had to throw that out there.
That was an interesting transition.
Yeah.
Still.
Well, why not?
And it's managing anxiety right there, apparently.
I mean, some people.
Not managing
Everybody's
anxiety.
medicine is different, Jay.
Well, I agree. Hey, look, I don't judge.
Coming up next, what's your medicine? 888 ESPN 888-729-3776. Loaded question. We have caller roulette. You know what to do. You call in, and you have a hot take. You have a question. But whatever you do, don't ask us how we're doing, because we're all doing fine. Don't break the rules. This is how we do it. We'll get to that after Monica has this from Straight Talk.
it's time for some straight